Namaste. For today, I will be talking about the Maha Bandha, or the Great Energy Law. This energetic practice is performed by utilizing the three primary locks: the Mula Bandha, the root lock; the Udina Bandha, which is the abdominal lock; and the throat lock, the Jalandhara Bandha, in same level of intensity. All right. So one bandha is not overpowering the other, so they work and coordinate in same levels of intensity. All right. So for today, I will be talking about the philosophy and the goal of the practice. Why do we practice the Maha Bandha? And how do we apply that? But before that, the manifestations internally and externally, especially as we breathe through it. And last will be the application, which is a bit superficial if you can ask me. Maha Bandha is actually very meditative, but you can apply the manifestations and how to utilize the energy locks in the practice of your asanas. And for today, I've chosen something where we lift our weight off the gravity, because this principle is very useful with those elements. When you are lifting your body off the ground, like arm balancing, or forms of deep head openness, when you want to compact the inner body and you want your spine supported and the rest of your internal organs supported as you perform the position, or even you can perform it actually universally. You can apply this. No. Okay. Of course, at different levels of intensity. Now, number one, the purpose. The purpose for me of performing or practicing the Maha Bandha is, number one, to confine the Kundalini energy, which is the Dish energy, to that narrow path along the spine to pave way for its rising. So basically, the practice of Maha Bandha is performed to lift the Kundalini energy up for your meditation, for your high energetic absorption. Really up to you. You want to just lift it. Well, for me, the healthiest space where the Kundalini should be resting is here, the heart, where it's calm, it's quiet, and it's beautiful. It's not competitive when the Kundalini is confined in the heart. But really up to you. You can use the bandhas to really lift our energy, literally, inside our brain, to achieve high energetic absorption. Right. So energetically, meditatively, that is the goal of the Maha Bandha. For you to harness and direct the energy to flow through the central canal, or the Sushumna channel, lifting up to the upper regions of the spine. All right. Now, how do we do the Maha Bandha in a way that we focus on the breathing rather than external manifestation and muscling the process? Externally, as you breathe the bandhas, there will be some manifestations, right? But it's not about the manifestations that does the trick or does the practice. The external manifestations are just the manifestations of the bandhas happening inside, but it's not the other way around. Right? So the Maha Bandha, or the bandhas for that matter, are accessed very lightly, very subtly. That the external structure, the muscles, they are not actually playing an important role or an integral role in its performance or in its practice. So the effect of the Maha Bandha to the body, externally, internally, muscularly, are just the secondary manifestations of the energy moving inside the body and the breath as well. Right. Now, you can perform the Maha Bandha both on the inhalation and the exhalation. Actually, you have to do the inhalation and exhalation because the goal is to lift the energy up. So you don't want the exhalation to collapse, because you will lose the work that you've done inside. Neither you want your inhalation to be too intense that you trap the energy, and then you make your body tight and rigid in the process. Right now, so the inhalation now, if you are at this stage of your practice that you can subtly access the bandhas, should be coming from the base of the hips, really deep down the pit of the hips. Yep, I will just skip this one, so I will give you a little bit of reference. Okay. Now, when you breathe through your bandhas now, of course you are breathing through the nostrils, but I've talked about this lengthily in the past tutorial, that you're not actually breathing the air. Of course the air will come in, but you're actually drawing the sensation upwards, yeah, through your breath. Now, so when we inhale to your Mula Bandha, you don't clench the anus, you don't clip it, you don't clench it, you don't tighten. You breathe through it. And then when I say breathe through it, actually the sensation of the inhalation will be coming from the base of the hips. Yeah, so you're drawing the energy from the base of the hips up when you inhale, because you're performing a gentle suction to the nostril, and then you're lifting the breath and the energy to come from here to the Uddiyana Bandha and to the Jalandhara Bandha. Yeah. So now the breath goes up in one long line from the base, center, and the top. You can allow the breath to pass through those three locks. And as the breath rises, each lock will confine the energy to pave way for its rising all the way to the upper locks. Right? So that's the inhale. So the Mula Bandha, when you inhale, will lift the energy to the Uddiyana Bandha, and the Uddiyana Bandha will lock the energy there, will confine and direct the energy to reach through the Jalandhara Bandha. But you don't do it in a way that you stop. No, you do it in a way that is flowing. So it's flowing, it's fluid, but the locks inside are accessing or somehow doing the work of confining and narrowing the path. So you allow the energy to rise gently and then very lightly all the way to the upper locks. But actually, there are more than three locks in your body. Those are just the three primary locks. As you do the breathing, the other locks perform their actions as well. There are locks in between the Mula Bandha and the Uddiyana Bandha. There are locks between the Uddiyana Bandha and the Jalandhara Bandha. Well, if you're going to ask me, all hollow spots in the body, you have locks in the elbows, you have locks here. Yeah, which is there are names to those locks. There are some books say there are names, but the three main ones are the most dominant. Now, that's the inhalation. Now the exhalation is this. Since of course one breath or one round of the inhalation won't be enough to really rise the energy up. Of course you have to do the breath many times over. Now when you exhale, since you don't want to be collapsing the energy, you don't want to lose the energy that you harnessed and directed to flow inside the body. Now the exhalation, you can access the locks as well in same level of intensity, right? So for example, inhale. Now you can feel now it's rising. It's like a line passing through the center of the body, and it stops here at the top of the inhalation. So the manifestation would be the body will hang. I mean, the rest of your body will go to that direction of the breath. So it looks like that the shoulders will hang, the arm bones will suspend, and the sides of the trunk lengthen. Inhale. So that's the external manifestation. But you don't do it in a way that you do it deliberately for the sake of just showing the external manifestation. No, it will just happen. Good. Now, when you exhale, you don't want your exhalation now to be so big and so sudden that you lose it. Now, the exhalation now, if the Maha Bandha inhalation is rising, the exhalation is also rising. Now, this is quite deep, because when you exhale, the energy exits the body. Alright. But now, the air exits the body, the gaseous air exits the body, but the energy that you've harnessed and drew up remains inside the body. And that's the goal when you do your Maha Bandha on the exhalation, to keep the energy locked inside. So you just exhale the gaseous air out without you allowing the energy to dissolve. Right? So externally, now when you exhale, the Mula Bandha would have to narrow the path even more. Here, when you exhale, this one closes even more, but you don't squeeze them again. You don't squeeze them. Yeah. So that the energy that you've drawn up, some of it that you've drawn up, will not collapse back down to the hips. Right? Exhale. So the bottom part of the belly button goes hollow and deep. This part of your ribs will fold inward, and the throat now will do its way, or will do its work of drawing the sensation even higher. So externally, as you exhale, the body, the limbs, the arms, and the rest of your external structure will even suspend higher and hang away from the rest of your body. Yeah. Thus, when you do your Maha Bandha, looks like externally you're doing like this. But you don't do it in the way that you deliberately lift the shoulders out, clip the throat in, tighten the tummy in, for the sake of you appearing like this externally. It just happens organically. So the whole process is, from the neutral spine, inhale the energy up using the three locks. Mula, draw it up. Uddiyana Bandha, confine it in. And Jalandhara Bandha even draws it up. This is inhale. And as you exhale, instead of your shoulders collapsing, exhale as you narrow the pathway using the locks again, especially the Mula and the Uddiyana Bandha. Exhale. As the Jalandhara Bandha draws up even more, the arm bones will hang and suspend higher. Yeah. So the limbs will go light, the joints will feel more open. Right? So as you do the process over and over again, yeah, inside your inner body goes hollow and hollow and hollow and hollow and narrow as you draw the energy higher and higher and higher and higher and higher until you reach your goal. You might want to confine the energy here in the Anahata Nada or in the Anahata Chakra, or all the way up if you want to reach a higher level of absorption. All right. Now, how can we apply the principle actually when we are doing the asana? Right. So that's the meditation part. Now when you're doing your asana, you can apply this actually into your asana, especially when you're pushing off anti-gravity. You're lifting your body off the pull of gravity. Since the inhalation is rising and the exhalation is also rising, you can actually use that awareness to use now the space, the lightness, and the length of your limbs for you to be able to move away from the earth. Yeah, so for today, let me lead you to the handstand press. Alright. So like you're doing a Maha Bandha actually, yeah? Similar to that. Yeah? So you don't want to be tightening the hips and the low back, that you're squeezing your buttocks, you're squeezing your anus. No. Inhale to that point. And as you inhale, yeah, as the energy rises, definitely your hips will feel lighter. It hangs upwards because you're inverted. It's a drawing out action. As you inhale now, the energy now will allow the hips to move forward and up. As your spine, although the spine falls low, the energy is lengthening through the upper spine. So now the sensation is like you're elongating into opposite direction. The inhalation is lifting the hips high while the spine folds down, but it lengthens downward. And the effect here would be the arms will go light, your joints will open. Alright. Exhale. Now, since you know that the exhalation now is hugging and even narrowing and also ascending, the exhalation now will pave more way for the joints to open, for the arms to elongate, for the legs to go lighter. So now the outer structure of the body feels light, passive. Like the arms become like the branches of the tree. The legs are light. Yeah? As you hollow this in, it makes room for the rest of your external structure to open. Such as this. Yeah? You do your Maha Bandha. Now, you apply that when you press. But of course, since you're pressing, you have to use some force or power to be able to lift. And that's where the muscularity of the process is important. The strength of your upper back and all the things that you've worked for so long, you will be applying here. Alright. And the breath will be distinct as well. Alright. So, inhale, hang and sustain. See, inhale, as you inhale, since you are drawing that energy up, the spine will fold low, but the hips will rise up. Inhale. So if you're lacking the flexibility of your hamstrings, you can fold your knees here. Yeah? Inhale, you're shifting. Now exhale, you don't collapse it. Exhale, hollow, but keep shifting forward. See? Alright. Inhale. Exhale, hollow, but keep shifting forward. And here you're gonna feel your arms go heavy, not really heavy, light actually, light and open. Right. Now, when you are about to press, you're gonna activate more. Yeah, the throat lock, like you wanna suck it in. Remember the aim to draw the energy higher and higher. Right, so now when you press into your handstand, you want that energy really confined around here. So you're using now the Jalandhara Bandha, of course the Uddiyana Bandha, to keep your midsection, I would say active, engaged without you squeezing. Inhale, you're gonna clip this up. Yeah, and then at the top of the inhalation, that is the moment you're pressing. And you have to do it in a very distinct manner, that you don't wait too long. Otherwise, if you wait too long, you're going to lose it because your lungs would have to breathe. Right? So let's apply that. Exhale, forward, inhale, shift, Exhale forward. Inhale. Yeah. Like you want to suck it in. At the top of it, you're pressing. Yeah. Exhale. Inhale. You're lifting your feet up. Right. Exhale. Inhale, shift. Exhale, shift more. Let the arms go. Inhale. And you're lifting your feet up and then down. Alright, let's repeat that. Exhale. Inhale, shift. Exhale. Inhale. Flip. You're lifting your feet up. Inhale. Exhale down. Right. Inhale. Feet up. And exhale. You release the asana. Alright. Now, since you know that the goal of the Maha Bandha, or accessing the bandhas, is to draw the energy out, either you use that to meditate and lift your energy high where you want it, or you can apply that in your asana practice. Yeah? The goal is the same. Right? You're allowing the energy to rise to make room for the rest of your body to go light. Because when you meditate, you want that sensation actually the same. But you're applying it in different elements of the practice. Meditation, asanas, or breathing breaks. Of course, off the mat, you apply that for your own total wellness and health as well. Alright, so that's Maha Bandha. Again, it's no squeezing, it's no muscling, it's no clenching, it's no tightening. It's never about that. It's the breath and how subtle you can access the energy to flow through your body, through your spine, for you to be able to lift that energy upwards, whether breathing, asanas, or meditation. Right. Hope you learned something from that tutorial. I'll see you next time. Namaste.